Hello, welcome to the Kingsley Chronicles. I'm David.
And I'm Eva.
Thank you for visiting our channel.
We hope you enjoy our content, that our experiences inspire you.
Please make sure you smash that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up on the little uppy ticky thingy, and poke that ringly dingly so that you and others can receive the latest content we post on YouTube.
And also, don't forget to visit our website, thekingschronicles.com, for even more awesome content from immigration to traveling, forum, blogs, and more.
Thank you for joining us on our adventures. Stay happy, healthy, and God bless you. Hello, and welcome to the Kingsley Chronicles. I'm David. In this third video of our immigration series, we will discuss the adjustment of status process. If you haven't already seen our green card eligibility video, you can view it by clicking on the link above. Please keep in mind that I am not a lawyer, and this is not legal advice and should not be misconstrued as such. As we alluded to in our introduction to immigration video, adjustment of status is the process that you can use to apply for lawful permanent resident status, also known as applying for a green card. When you are present in the United States, this means that you may get a green card without having to return to your home country to complete visa processing. This process is pretty straightforward if you meet the eligibility categories to adjust status. You can view the eligibility categories by viewing our previous video on eligibility categories. Please keep in mind that not all eligibility categories are eligible for the adjustment of status process, and we will not be covering all of these areas in this video. We will only be covering the spousal-based adjustment of status process. In order to be eligible for adjustment of status, your immigrant or non-immigrant spouse must have lawfully entered the United States. Please note, if your spouse attempts to apply for a visa for the sole purpose of circumventing the entrance requirements for the adjustment of status, they will be caught and your application will be denied. Tourist and certain other visa types are not meant for immigration purposes. They are non-immigrant only. The only way you can adjust status from a tourist visa is if the spouse already had the visa before you married them and you happened to marry them before their visa expired. Most people who apply for a green card will need to complete at least two forms, an immigrant petition and a green card application. Someone else usually must file the petition for you, often referred to as sponsoring or petitioning for you, although you may be eligible to file for yourself in some cases. In the case of a spousal-based adjustment of status, you will be filing a concurrent application. This just means that all of the forms you're required to file can be filed at the same time. Subsequently enough, as a result, filing these forms concurrently will ultimately save you money. The other advantage of adjusting status is that your immigrant spouse will be able to reside in the U.S. until a determination is made on whether or not USCIS will issue a lawful permanent resident status to him or her. The forms required to file a concurrent adjustment of status are Form I-130, Form I-131, Form I-485, Form I-765, and Form I-693. Form I-130 is the petition for alien relative. This is the form that must be filled out by the U.S. citizen or permanent resident spouse. This is how you begin the process of asking the U.S. government to immigrate your spouse to the U.S. and make him or her a lawful permanent resident. Form I-485 is the application to register permanent residence or adjust status. This is the form your immigrant spouse is required to fill out, asking the U.S. government to adjust their status from their current legal status to a lawful permanent resident status. The cost of this form supersedes all other form filing fees and allows you unlimited form filing for certain other forms, such as Form I-131. Form I-131, Application for Travel Document, is the form you use to apply for a re-entry permit, refugee travel document, advanced parole travel document including parole into the United States for humanitarian reasons, or advanced permission to travel for CNMI long-term residents. If you file this form to request an advanced parole document and depart the United States without having an advanced parole document that is valid for the entire time you are abroad, USCIS will consider your Form I-131 abandoned. It is imperative that the AOS applicant obtain their travel document before making any plans to leave the country on vacation and such, or they may be refused re-entry into the United States. Form I-765 is the application for employment authorization. Certain aliens who are in the United States may file Form I-765, Application for Employment Authorization, to request employment authorization and an Employment Authorization Document, EAD. Other aliens whose immigration status authorizes them to work in the United States without restrictions may also use Form I-765 to apply to USCIS for an EAD that shows such authorization. Form I-693 is the medical examination form. If you are applying for adjustment of status to become a lawful permanent resident, use this form to establish that you are not inadmissible to the United States on public health grounds. It is important that you obtain your health and vaccination records as well as all missing vaccinations before your immigration interview, which you will get missing or out-of-date inoculations when you attend your medical exam. It is important that you time the exam at the right moment because this exam is time sensitive. If you get the exam done too early, it will be considered out of date and you will be required to take another medical exam. You should not submit this exam with your immigration packet unless otherwise instructed to do so. Form G-1450. If you wish to pay for your filing fees with a credit or debit card, you may do so using Form G-1450. We highly suggest that you send a USPS money order for the total amount of fees required instead. This ensures that no matter what, your filing fees are paid and you don't run into non-sufficient funds issues if something happens and your card suddenly doesn't work or you don't have the money in your bank account. For more guidance on paying filing fees, you can visit the filing fees page of the USCIS website, which is linked in the description. After you have filled out all of the required forms, you will need to gather all of your proof of bona fide marriage. One of the most important things you will need is proof that your marriage is legitimate. Things you'll need are a marriage license, rental agreements, mortgage documents, property deeds, bills with both you and your immigrant spouse's name on it, joint bank accounts to include checking, savings, and investment accounts, and photos of you doing things as a couple. Pretty much anything that will help your case be approved, definitely include it. After you've filled out all of the forms and gathered your evidence, you can file all the forms except Form I-693 to the appropriate location as per the USCIS website, according to the Form I-485 instructions as per the type of AOS you're filing. When filing the packet of forms, remember to sort the forms according to the order as instructed at the time you're filing the packet. When your packet arrives to the proper mailing location, you will be able to track your case by making an account on the USCIS website linked below. You can track the status of all applications you have filed by simply using the receipt numbers you will receive in the mail. It would be wise to check back with the website frequently as to ensure you are being kept up to date with your case. All in all, filing your AOS packet without the help of a lawyer is quite easy. Much of the applications are common sense, and provided you're being truthful and not hiding anything, there shouldn't be any reason why your application to adjust status is denied. We thank you for watching this video. If you liked it thus far, please give it a thumbs up on the like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notifications for our future videos in this series. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our Patreon if you want to receive special perks that only patrons can receive. Our next video will detail filing for a fiancé-based green card application.